And as we head deeper into summer, you may have heard the term 100 deadliest days. It refers to the stretch between Memorial and Labor Day when traffic deaths typically spike.
But Charlotte's Vision Zero initiative is working to flip that script, aiming to make this the 100 safest days of summer instead. Joining us this morning to talk about more is Sierra Richardson. She's the Vision Zero outreach lead. All right, Sierra, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yes, thanks so much for having me this morning.
Yeah, we should say Vision Zero is the city's initiative to eliminate all traffic deaths by the year 2030, as well as serious injuries as well. And you know what? We hear about the 100 most dangerous days of summer. It's been an initiative for years now. But you're trying to change that narrative to the safest. What is the thought behind that?
Absolutely. So as we continue to implement Vision Zero here in Charlotte, we know that with the excitement of the summer months, taking vacations and just having that summer fun brings a serious risk as well. And it's also especially impacting our teens. Now, the good news is traffic crashes are preventable. So when we look at keeping one another safe and making safer choices, no matter if you're driving, walking, or biking, that's how we flip that script to make it the 100 safest days of summer for Charlotte.
So year to year, we do see these crashes, but what do the statistics look like over the summer months? Do we have that number or that data?
Absolutely. So over the past 5 summers between May and September, specifically looking at 2020 to 2024, we know that teens have been involved as a part of 38 fatal crashes. Now that's 23% overall during those summer months. And what this means is that they may have been a driver, they may have been a passenger or a victim in these crashes. And unfortunately, an average of 7 to 8 teens are involved in fatal crashes each month over the summer.
So what is in general? I mean, you have 17 people moving here to Charlotte every single day or something like that.
Yeah.
So you're getting all these people, all their cars, all the traffic. So how can you combat that and also make roads safer at the same time?
Absolutely. And people coming here for different events, concerts, games, that kind of thing. So we are taking specific actions that will align to make our streets safer for all modes across the city. And a couple of examples are lighting thoroughfares to provide better visibility at night. Also designing, building, and installing more pedestrian crossings. And then also evaluating speeds. So we're looking at areas to lower speed limits.
So how can residents get involved and how can they help?
So there's definitely a number of ways, but specifically over the summer, our biggest ask is to slow down. Speed impacts severity. So the faster that you're going, the higher the chances that you'll be involved in a fatal or serious injury crash. So we want to be mindful and adhere to those speed limit signs. We know folks don't want to be late to the meeting or don't want to be late picking up the kids, but we'd rather you arrive late and alive than not to arrive at all.
Yeah, words to live by. Let's go past summer for a second. What are some of the other projects that Vision Zero has in mind for the second half of the year?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are continuing to implement different types of infrastructure to support all modes of travel. And what I can tell you is that from July 2024 to June 2025, we've made some great progress and we want to keep it going. So we've implemented 20 new traffic signals, 5 new pedestrian hybrid beacons, 10 new rectangular rapid flashing beacons, and 22 leading pedestrian intervals, which supports our accessible pedestrian signals. So we want to keep that work going.
Yeah, definitely. You were talking about the pedestrian walkways. How many have been installed, were you saying?
Yes, so there are a couple of types, right? So when we think about traffic signals, those help at the specific intersections, but as far as midway crossings, 5 new pedestrian hybrid beacons and 10 new rectangular rapid flashing beacons.
Well, it is an ambitious goal, zero traffic-related deaths by 2030, but with the city growing as fast as we are,
right,
and the number of cars, and you gotta think about these things, and you gotta address these, because our growth is for naught if we live in an unsafe city.
Exactly.
You know, and people can't walk around. All right, Sierra, thank you so much for taking time. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for having me.
All right.